I'm John Tsioris. I'm the founder of Revotech. Great, fantastic. So basically the reality is that I moved to Dubai. I did an internal transfer. And while I was working at a previous startup, I was working, quite intensively. It was already 17 months that was unfolding. I didn't have, let's say, the fundraising background in order to actually support that startup. So in reality, I needed to find a way to solve this. That's probably when I came up with one of the most, let's say, difficult decisions in my life, to let go or start considering letting go of that startup. In the meantime, because I wanted to save some time during the building process of that startup, I was actually ordering quite frequently groceries over the phone. And the experience was suboptimum. They would either, forget the order altogether, they wouldn't answer the phone, they would bring the wrong items. So I said, hey, why don't you have an app, just in a few clicks, and you get your groceries in under an hour at your doorstep. So that was the eureka moment of Instashop. And that was also the moment that I had to take the very, very difficult decision to transition and build the company, start building the company with my co-founder. I think in reality, I'm not sure how much the geography mattered as much. What really mattered for me that I really had a passion inside me to create. And being in that locality, being in the region of Dubai, I always tend to see opportunities. So I saw that opportunity and went for it. Of course, that opportunity had a fantastic product market fit with the UAE as a country. But in reality, we also expanded in another 8 countries, including Greece as well. It was more like I was there and I went for an opportunity. So it's super difficult, obviously, to answer that question. And to go back to it, I would probably say that if I was in Greece, I might have identified a different opportunity or a different industry to look into disrupting. But if I had to look into what we call the hyperlocal on-demand grocery segment, I mean, it is booming in Greece as well. I mean, there's a lot of dynamics, a lot of players that are investing in it. So yeah, potentially, you never know. The success could have been there as well with the right level of perseverance and localizing, of course, to the market needs. So there were many factors that I took into consideration in terms of moving into that direction. For me, obviously, an important factor was the fantastic fit, the cultural fit we had with Delivery Hero. It's an organization that really understands local brands. They really understand how to scale brands as well. They are obviously in the sector that Instashop is, in the delivery sector, in the marketplace segment as well. So I think one very important factor is that our values were aligned, and the other factor had to do with, let's say, I probably saw it as a natural step in order to allow Instashop to have the necessary resources to scale even further within Middle East or other geographies that we were potentially looking over at the period. Yeah, listen, for me, I love Greek food. I love, the nature, the weather. So of course, I would have liked to be more physically present in Greece. I did take the choice, to endeavor and grow within the Middle East and UAE particularly. It's hard. But I never really lost my links and my roots with the country. Instashop as well had presence commercially as well within Greece. Even today and over the last decade, we have a team of around 100 people. Instashop has a team of around 100 people that are present as a tech hub. So I think there was always a very strong link, but there's always a desire to come back and relocate and have a base here. That's a high, like it's a top secret thing. What I could tell you is that it's very well thought of. What we have been doing, and what I realized that's what's going on, is that we're living through an era of extreme disruption, especially when it comes to the technological space. And what I really wanted to do is to be able to position myself as much as possible for grasping the opportunities of the future. So what Revotech basically does, it gathers knowledge, and it creates a very good understanding. Actually, it acquires a very good understanding of various technologies in various spaces, and then combines these technologies to elevate industries to the next level. The first industry that we're going to be focusing on is the healthcare segment. So we would like to bring that to the next level. That's actually quite interesting again for me, because it's almost like a natural way for me to operate. Even Instashop, which is a fantastic success in the Middle East, from a product development technology perspective, it was developed 100% in Greece, right? And then we basically deployed that technology and commercialized it within the UAE and within other geographies. So definitely, there's fantastic technological talent to tap into within the region and within the country particularly, and I think that was a major factor in doing that. Absolutely, I think AI is a fantastic opportunity for leveling the ground in that sense, because it's a very, in certain aspects, it's a quite low asset or a low capital intensive activity to jump into. We have very strong universities, very strong scientists that actually have experience in that segment. So I see absolutely no reason for Greece actually, for sure, being competitive, as you asked. But definitely, I would even see an opportunity there to lead in certain segments of AI. I think I have a very natural motivation to give back generally to the entrepreneur segment, and particularly to the Greek one that I'm, more closely related to and involved with. One of the very important things, I think, is investing. So we are quite active, and I am quite active in investing through larger and smaller, let's say, opportunities. I have invested in several startups. The other thing has to do a lot with engaging with founders. Definitely, mentoring, sharing experiences. I think the Endeavor organization has been a fantastic means for me to connect with younger founders and with founders in other industries, and exchange knowledge and know-how. So I think these are the main things. Definitely Instashop played a very strong role as well in supporting the process of catalyzing the evolution, let's say, of the Greek ecosystem. That's a super exciting part for me, because actually over the last 10 years, I basically saw the evolution of the Greek technology ecosystem kind of from non-existent or very, very nascent. I would even say it was kind of 10 years ago, it was in the dinosaur era. And today it actually, in this period, reached the modern era. So we're talking about a very, very high velocity of evolution. And I see no reason, considering the current circumstances, for that velocity to de-accelerate. So I think, I don't know, I'm very excited to see what the next decade holds for us. It gives us a very, very nice competitive advantage as startups, because it will allow us to tap into international talent. And reality is that, there always is someone interesting out there that we would love to bring on board and utilize the experience they have. And chances are they might be in another country. So I think the technological visa will really help us accelerate further the innovation within the country. And it's a fantastic initiative. Yeah, both countries are have a very vibrant ecosystem of startups. Definitely, the UAE started much early on, and they've been doing fantastic. I do see the same eagerness, the same hunger to evolve and grow on both ecosystems. I also definitely see. I think I see a earlier stage or a past, like maybe a few years back, of the UAE ecosystem evolving within the Greek ecosystem, because I see a lot of new startups that are coming up, and I do see these startups definitely growing as well. It's not as much that the Greek ecosystem is missing a lot. It is evolving and it has a fantastic velocity, as I mentioned. So what I do think is missing is some sort of more openness towards the startup ecosystem. I think it's a mentality gap that I'm trying to communicate that needs to be bridged. We need to be much more open to experimenting and failing generally as a society. And I think that reflects very heavily on the expression of the startup ecosystem and on the psychosynthesis of founders. They would be much happier and healthier if we slowly transition to more openness to experimenting and potentially succeeding and failing.